is it.
Aloe.
English is your first language, Ethan. Supposedly.
Some people say my first language is comedy.
Yeah, I've told people that.
Yeah, my first language is comedy. Well, how are your fans reacting to kind of, I think a lot of the, your rise to fame was during your time, the content cops were like, not rise to fame, but like a lot of growth.
Yeah.
During that time.
That's fair.
So, are you experiencing any kind of kickback from fans who are like, fuck documentaries and good vibes? I want iDubbbz shitting on people. You get that?
No, like it's one of those things where it's like I think the simp debacle has really helped that, where it's like I'm purging sort of inadvertently a portion of my audience that really wants to see me go for the throat,
Content cop your own girlfriend, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you explain the simp phenomenon?
Explain it. I mean, I can tell you that it was like my video was either really well timed or really poorly timed. Depending on your perspective.
Or I'm more specifically, why are people calling you a simp?
I mean.
Well,
do you want me? I'm pretty sure you understand why. It's because my girlfriend is selling nudes on the internet.
Yeah, I just wanted to set it up for the audience. Obviously, I know why.
I mean, we've also talked about it.
Well, by the way, guys, I want to make it clear, I'm not upset with Ethan right now.
Yeah, why are we fighting?
Friendly banter.
Okay, you just prevented like 5 videos.
I know. I gotta fucking put out the fires before they fucking start.
Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, people are fucking stupid.
We just spawned 20 video essays.
Yeah.
No, Ian's girlfriend made an OnlyFans, which is, I guess, does she even do nudes on OnlyFans? It's more like.
No, it's I mean, the reason.
Sexy photos.
Sexy photos, I guess.
Right. It's super easy to justify when you're like, yeah, like, this is the shit girls are doing on Instagram, and no one's whining and bitching and moaning over that.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start taking people's money for that content, it's like, oh, that's too much.
Mm-hmm.
I expect girls to show me their junk for free.
Yeah.
Or I bet no, actually. So it does seem to me that a lot of people who are criticizing it are people who are just happy to find an opening to criticize you, because for the longest time I feel like there was never really a chink in your armor, and that you were always very careful with your why are you smiling?
No reason. I mean, I'm smiling because I agree.
Yeah. But I think like there's like these commentary people, right, who are just looking for content. They're like piranhas anywhere they can get it, and then all of a sudden you see an opening on like iDubbbz, who's kind of the great criticizer who is beyond criticism, and then all of a sudden it's a great headline. I don't think anyone's actually offended by the fact that your girlfriend has an OnlyFans. I think that it's just they see an opportunity for a video.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I mean, and it kind of shows in like I think the people in general who did get upset or did make videos about it. It's kind of like I don't know, like the people who are like actually critical of it, like they're not really in a mainstream sphere. They have their soapbox that they're speaking on to their particular audience. But I think it's actually super positive that it ended up this way, because I think for a long time when I'd have a first interaction with someone, meeting someone for the first time, I think a lot of people sort of expected me to like immediately roast them, do a content comp on them. People just being nervous, like, oh yeah, they see me in the videos being an asshole, and it's like, that must be him in real life.
Taking notes on me.
Yeah, so it really is a positive thing to I guess in a way take this hit to make me,
humanizes you, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It humanizes me and makes people realize that you know, I'm just like them. You know, I'm not
It's
I'm not
pretty
any
funny
different.
because you're actually like kind of the opposite of that in person. Like
I think Ian's a softie.
you're a really nice person.
Yeah.
You know.
But
So, it's kind
I
of
would
funny
say
that
that
that's what the image they have of you. You know.
right. It's like, especially with the videos that got popular, it's like I genuinely, you know, got fucking roid rage when talking about like Keemstar or whoever else because, you know, it made me net mad. And, you know, when you see, I think people who have that, who that's like their main form of content is like just kind of dogging other people or they got, you know, well known for it. That definitely, I think, solidifies what you think their personality is. Yeah.
You know, it's funny. When we went to YouTube's Creator Summit, where they invite a bunch of creators out to New York, that was a while. How long ago was that? A few years.
Probably almost 4 years or 3. I don't know.
Oh.
I might be making it
Yeah,
up.
maybe you're right. Anyway, I went out there and met a bunch of creators, and we never really rubbed shoulders with creators before. And I heard this so many times the whole time. They're like, "You're so not what I expected."
Right.
I'm like, dude, I'm not like on. I'm not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that all the time. And I find it like, I'm just surprised how many people are even comfortable saying that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just their gut reaction. It's just.
But it just overwhelms them every time they see me. That I'm just not what they expected.
Not anymore though, right? Like that was probably
Well,
very.
I don't meet anybody anymore. But I don't think people wouldn't say that about me now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Yeah.
same effect as Ian
Yeah.
with the content cuts, because at the time we were doing mostly reaction videos.
Yes.
Well, I think in the documentary, Tay Zonde actually made a really good point, I think, about that, where it's like there's this expectation that you kind of have a bit of a persona.
Yeah.
And that is very true, I think, for YouTubers, where you can kind of make a video, edit out all the parts that make you look human, and put it on the internet. And I think, you know, if any of these YouTubers, if I decided to, you know, live stream tomorrow or something like that, where you saw a more uncut version of me, then you would probably get a, you know, a more well-rounded idea of the type of person I am, you know, for better or worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of what always interests me about the podcast is that for the longest time we have these perfectly manicured videos where you can portray yourself in the best possible light, however you want. You have the best perfect take, you say everything perfectly. Then, like, we did our show live for like 2 years, you know, and for me that was what the biggest challenge imaginable, to move from these perfectly manicured videos to doing a live stream for 2 hours. And to me, I personally thought that, you know, I was being more authentic and expressing my true authentic self. But I think it's a little bit tragic that, you know, when you attempt to do that, you
remove some of the context that you can maybe add in a post-production or anything else.
But
like you can do a lot.
People don't, for some reason, people don't give the benefit of the doubt in this case, where like, I think for a lot of people, a lot of people sift through the content looking for, you know, to make a thesis about me. And it was just, I don't know, in the end it was just, it may be too vulnerable, I guess. I don't know what to say, because a lot of people started hating me, I feel like, since we started doing the podcast live. Like, just specifically the live aspect of it. You know, and there are definitely times when I would look back and be like, oh, I wish I could have edited that and said it and reshot it or done that differently. But, you know, that's kind of the nature of the beast, right? So, I don't know. I don't regret it, but I'm kind of glad it's not live anymore.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
I just said the N word like 20 times when I was super we'll cut that out. Right.
That comment in your documentary was the one that really stood out to me about how it's funny to think that in the beginning of YouTube it was even more extreme, where people would be completely disappointed to find out that you're different in person. and that like what's portrayed in the video is not exactly 100% what you are in real life. Where like today people expect it more. They have a better understanding.
They
of, like,
assume it.
Yeah, like
For sure.
Like the video version of you is probably a little more exaggerated and stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was a very interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting, especially in regards to Dax playing, because of how he's such a mystery.
Yeah. They definitely have that. Like it's interesting to know that they do that to like you guys are, I think, pretty protected by like, or you know, all YouTubers are protected by being able to edit their videos and what.